grade, they done moved. They paneling the side of their house. What they doing down there? You know, then the hate come out here. I think they're selling drugs out of that house. You just want to explain it away. You're doing everything but thinking maybe they jumped. Maybe they took a leap of faith. See, that gift you got is actually attached to your back. It's in the form of a parachute. And the only way for a parachute to open is you got to jump. But now let me tell you something about jumping. See, here's the part, this is the part you got to get together. When you jump, know this, your parachute is not going to open right away.
I remember this one.
That jump, soon as you jump, it turns into a fall. Soon as you leave the cliff, there is no flying. It immediately starts a fall. When you jump, you're going to get cut. You're going to hit the edge. You're going to get wounded. That's a guarantee. But listen to me. It's the only way for the parachute to open is you got to jump. Now listen to me. When you jump, eventually the parachute will open and you are going to soar. But that's the hard part. Will you jump? See, what's keeping you from jumping?
Come on now.
Well, I got this job now and I got this family and they counting on me. I got these bills. Well, let me tell you something. If you don't jump, guess what? You're still going to have them bills. If you don't jump, your family's still going to be counting on you.
Yep.
If you don't jump, you will forever be in that rut. If you don't jump, you will forever be feeling that emptiness that you have on the inside of it's got to be more to life than this. The only way to get rid of that feeling, you have to jump. Now, I was selling insurance, married. I was writing jokes for a friend of mine. I didn't know what he was doing with the jokes. Every time he wrote a joke, he just came to me. Steve, you funny, man. What would you say? I changed all his jokes. I asked him what he was doing with him. He said, man, I'm just working on something. Good guy, man. Love to do. We ended up being great friends. One day, a girl named Gladys came by his house and said, she was watching me write this joke for him. She said, you the guy that's writing all these jokes for him? I said, yeah. She said, boy, he the funniest person at the comedy club. I said, what? Comedy club? What's that? Had never been in a comedy club in my life. 27. This was a Thursday. She said, why don't you come on Tuesday, because it's amateur night. And why don't you sign up and you tell your jokes yourself? That's right. So that following Tuesday, October 8th, 1985, I went to Hilarity's Comedy Club. I signed up for amateur night, but the list was full, so I signed up for the following week. Radio host named Stan Pyatt was on stage. He went through a list. Somebody got sick and went home. He said, listen, we had a cancellation. We got somebody that signed up for the following week. If you're here, we'll put you up tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, where's Steve Harvey? And I just ran up on stage, and I walked out there, he handed me the mic. I had nothing. I was just there to see what it was like. And so I said, hey folks, let me tell you something. I ain't even supposed to be here, I'm on next week's show. Just like you, they laughed, just like you did. The stupidest thing I ever heard. Why are they laughing? I said, no, really, I ain't here, I'm on next week's show. They laughed again. So then Gladys said, tell them when you was boxing. And I had told her this story about when I used to go out to this gym and box. And I told her this story about boxing and this dude named Bernard Taylor who just had one punch, a left hook. And he had hit me in the kidney and I urinated on myself. And so I told the joke and the people started hollering laughing. And so it got good to me. So I started telling them all kinds of stories. And they just laughed. So the guy came up to the foot of the stage and he did like this. Now, I'm new to show business, so I don't know that this means cut it off. I thought it meant you killing them. So I said, cool. So I kept talking. He came up there, he did like this, which means wrap it up. I ain't in show business. Keep going. Finally, the guy went back there and just cut my mic off. I said, well, that's what you get when you buy stuff from Radio Shack. They laughed, I walked off stage. They brought all 10 of us back up on stage. They had a clap off. I won amateur night. First place. $50. October 8th, 1985. The next day, October 9th, I walked in my job and quit. I put all my stuff in the box. Partner of mine named Russell Middlebrook. Yeah, man, go for it, Hog. You funny, man. Walked into my boss. His name was Tom. I set my stuff on the desk. I said, Tom, thank you, man, for everything you did for me. But, man, I just found it. Everything.
I know that's right. Tell your story, brother. Tell your story. 5 Links, y'all listen to this.
I'm telling you, man, it was like a light went on.
Come on.
It was all my life what I was waiting for. So I said, I thank you, man, but I'm going to quit. He said, you know what, Steve? You got a family? You've been here for 2 years. You haven't said a single thing funny to me. He said, now listen to me. You take that stuff back and you put it on your desk and you get rid of this notion. And I'll forget you came in here, but you go back in there. You've got a family. What are you going to do that for? What are you, ridiculous? I took my box. I went back outside. I put all my stuff back in that desk. Russell came up to me and said, say, man, what you doing? I said, man, I just talked to Tom. Tom said he don't think I'm funny. He said, who did Tom? He said, man, Tom don't know you. He said, man, oh, man. Oh, so you just gonna let this dude just what you've been talking about, you've been waiting for all your life, man?
Listen, brothers and sisters,
you gonna
listen.
Let him talk you out of this? See, I had told a big dream to a small-minded person.
You hear that? To a small-minded person.
Was just my friend. He said, man, come on, man. I put that stuff back in that box. I walked back in that office. I said, Tom, I understand everything you saying. I said, but I'm a comedian now. I pulled my little business card out and laid it on his desk. I said, I'm about to go make it. He said, hey, don't ever come back in here. 5 years later, Tom had bought a ticket to a comedy club. The headliner that night was me. Now listen to me. 2 years after that, I was homeless. I want you to understand something. A few years after that, I was homeless. I had nowhere to go. I paid it. I was getting cut up on the rocks. But Lord have mercy. Please believe me. By the grace of God, I'm soaring now. Because I jumped. Because I took a leap of faith. That's
exactly what I'm about to do. Y'all join me in this great opportunity of 5 Links.